Hey everyone, Jero here, back with another Final Fantasy 7 Ever Crisis video, and today I'll be doing my banner review for the Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth crossover draw for Yuffie and her Bird of Prey weapon and her Wutai's Idol outfit. Also, I'll be doing a banner review for the Reawakened Bahamut Greatsword and Bahamut Fangs, much to my surprise. So, before we get into it, if you could, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you can know when I post new videos. Alright, so let's go ahead without further ado. Let's take a quick look at Yuffie's weapon animation there. Alright, let's fast forward back to it. Alright, here we go. Alright. Cool, pretty nice water sickle attack. Alright, let's go ahead and get into what this weapon and outfit do. Alright, so let's look at the outfit first. Nope. Let's go here to try on. Alright, so we're going to hide the UI and take a quick look at the outfit in its entirety. This is a copy of what Yuffie wore in the Rebirth game, and I really like it. It looks spot on. I really like the attention to detail to the Moogle in the back on the bow. Her headband looks nice, really detailed. And then I just love her weapons. Some of her weapons, if they're not a shuriken, they look like a talon off of a hawk or something, you know. But overall, I like the aesthetic of this outfit. Perfect, and of course, what you would expect for Yuffie. All right, so let's look into what this outfit do. It's called Wutai's Idol. It gives us boost water potency 15 points. So that is water ability damage 25%. And then Water Blade Arcanum for 35% damage. So that's pretty strong. It's pretty much just like her Wind Arcanum outfit that she got for the holidays and Christmas. Where we have the ability potency, the elemental potency in the outfit, along with the Arcanum, which I kind of prefer it that way. I like it like that. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at Bird of Prey. Weapon looks nice. At base 5-star, we're looking at, and not leveled up at all, it's 41 physical attack, magic attack 30, and 37 heal. The ability is a 4 ATB cast, deals 520% physical water damage to a single enemy, and also applies exploit weakness range to herself for 20% damage increase, and does a duration of 30 seconds with an extension of 6 seconds. The R abilities on this weapon is going to be physical attack and physical ability potency. The materia slots are going to be double physical attack boost and a circle sigil boost in the 3rd slot. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at it at OB1, 120. We're looking at 403 physical attack. The the damage potency goes up to 620%. Then the weakness exploit does not change. It is still 20%. It goes up to 35 seconds and is extended for 7 seconds versus the 6 seconds. Okay. Our abilities, physical attack is 32 points, physical ability potency 20 points. Alright. If we look at it at 120 OB6, physical attack is 633, deals 780% damage. The weakness exploit it goes up to 30%, and it's for 35 seconds with an extension of 7 seconds. Okay. Our abilities are physical attack 40 points and physical ability potency 36 points. Alright. So then let's go ahead and look at it at OB10. We have it at 691 physical attack, Deals 940% physical water damage, which is our new damage percentage we've been getting lately. The weakness exploit stays at 30%, and the duration goes up to 45 seconds. With an extension of 9 seconds, our abilities are physical attack 46 and physical ability potency 52. Alright, so first thoughts. This is an extremely strong water DPS weapon, physical water DPS for sure. But we do have many physical water DPS because we have Angel, who has the limit break weapon that has physical attack all allies. You have Glenn, who has the physical attack all allies. Then you also have Cloud, who has the original water DPS weapon for the game. Then you have Sephiroth with Tempest, which does an Imperil. But this weapon does have, at OB10, has the highest damage percentage of them. Then also it gives weakness exploit. So, at first glance, this looks extremely good. Extremely good. But it's only just regular good. Because, when you think about it, Tifa's weakness exploit, which is in a weapon on its own, is a 40% buff at OB10. This is only a 30% boost to damage. So you lose out a little bit of what we get for DPS, but this gives it, an additional damage. So I don't know which one we would rather prefer to have on here. Would we prefer to have the, conditional times 1.2, or do we like weakness exploit here? Okay. Let's talk about the second elephant in the room here on this weapon, is that it has physical attack and physical ability potency. Normally on a DPS weapon, you get the elemental potency to go along with it. But this one we don't. So, I've come to think about it, and I think that this weapon is meant to pair with her limit break draw weapon from the 1-year anniversary, the Bahamut Cutter. Let me go to it so you can see what I'm talking about. Here we go. Alright, so at OB10, the Bahamut Cutter, our abilities are physical attack all allies and physical ability potency. So you would probably want to put this, if you're building this particular water Arcanum Yuffie, you would probably want to put this in the main hand, because you're going to get the physical ability potency, and you're going to get the points from the physical ability potency cut in half on the second hand, which should still probably either net you 6 or about level 6 on the physical ability potency. I have to look at it to know for sure. But yeah, and she already has the water potency built into her outfit, and so you would just have to build in her sub weapons a little bit more physical attack, and you would have to build water potency, which you could do HP or attack water potency to finish off her water kit there. Okay, alright, so all in all, I think it's a good weapon. One thing I will say is that it looks like it is good at OB6. If you do decide to pull, it'll be a very decent DPS weapon at OB6, 780%, and then the weakness exploit for a 30% in increased water damage to water weak enemies is pretty good. It lasts pretty long, and then if you're just constantly casting this for an attack anyway, it's gonna stay up. The extra damage is gonna stay up. So there's that. Alright, let's take a look at that stamp card. Let's take and see how it's set up. So we have stamp 6, the guaranteed weapon, stamp 12, the outfit. Then we have on page 2, 4, 8, and 12 are guaranteed weapons. So you can come out of this, if you clear both pages, you come out of it with OB3. saying that you don't pull a copy outside of those. Hopefully you get all the luck in the world if you do decide to pull. Alright, let's take a look at the I want to look at odds. I want to see, let's see what her odds are. We got we got 1.5% for the odds, which is pretty good. So hopefully that means anyone that's pulling will be able to pull and get this weapon with no problem. Then also, let's go ahead and note that Barrett's missing score is on this banner, so another chance at getting the Barrett missing score. Another thing to note is that, in case you forgot, the weapons from January are, those banners have left, so that means now they are wish listable. So we can wish list the Krugel Blitz for Vincent. This was his earth damage increasing weapon. Then you also have the Nautilus Spiral for Matt, which is his in peril for ice resist and lightning resist. And then also we have Glenn's new Blade of Ruin, which is an ice damaging weapon with provoke. All able to be wish list now. So if you didn't pull on them back then and you decide to pull on this banner, you can pull for those weapons now. Alright. So, like I said, we're doing a double banner review. So let's go ahead and hop over to the Reawakened and take a look at this beauty. The first time appearance since they released the Bahamut Greatsword and the Bahamut Fangs. Alright, so these weapons released for our 1-year anniversary. And instead of me doing a deep dive like I normally do into each weapon, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to click in and look at them. And I'm going to discuss these weapons from the perspective of the fact that I've had these weapons at OB10 since they released. So let's start with the Bahamut Greatsword that deals at OB10 deals 800% physical, non-elemental damage to all enemies, with the potential to crit for 10%. It grants haste to itself for 30 seconds, and then when his HP is 50% or more, he will deal additional damage. So just for information purposes, this additional damage is based off of the OB level of the weapon. So at base 5-star, you're looking at 10k. At OB1, you're looking at 20k damage. So from OB1 to OB5, you're looking at that. So then you get to OB6, you're getting 30k damage. So OB6 to OB9. And then OB10, you get 40k additional damage. If you don't know how that additional damage works, basically, as long as the enemy does not have a physical damage resist buff on them, they will take that additional 40k damage. So basically, it can pierce almost any boss, except for something like if you've been able to fight the Battle Tower 100 boss, the Genova Nucleus that's down there. That boss, you can't get the additional 40%, but I've actually used this weapon to clear that battle. And there's plenty of videos posted on my channel for this weapon and the other weapon, the Bahamut Fangs. But the main sell for this weapon when it released was the haste. The haste, at the time that this released, no character had the ability to cast their own haste besides Kate being able to cast haste with a chance of it landing on the target that he was using Flower Vase on. Okay, the other good thing about these weapons is that they have their respective damaging type, all allies. So this limit break weapon is great as a sub weapon or as a main hand weapon on Cloud. And the other reason that this is a good sub weapon is because it has physical ability potency. So you can put this on any physical damage dealer and get an extra boost of damage get some extra damage in stats while not having to sacrifice too much in stats. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look at the outfit for Cloud. It has the Bahamut's Guard, which gives us boost attack all allies 5 points. Before we got boost attack all allies in weapons, like Sid and Tifa's weapons that just released, we only had it at 5 points, which was giving us the physical and magic attack boost of 5%, meaning that now you can increase this with the R ability if you just so happen to equip Blue Daffodil Gloves or the Rocket Lance in the sub weapons. Okay. Second, we have the Bahamut's Bite, which gives him physical ability damage 10%. So regardless of the command gauge, he will always hit for 10% more physical ability damage. And he also gets a 5% buff to his physical attack. Alright. So then, last but not least, let's go ahead and take a look at Tifa. The Bahamut Fangs is kind of sort of the magic equivalent to the Bahamut Greatsword, except for not having the additional 40k damage. So at base 5-star, you're looking at 600% magical non-elemental damage to one enemy, and on the first use, it will cast haste. Duration is 20 seconds. And then the special thing about this one is it boosts magic attack mid-tier to all allies. So this was a way to do damage and boost your stats, your overall damage for all magic DPSs on your team, including herself. Alright, so now you're going to go ahead and take this up to OB5. You're looking at mid still on that, 720 damage. And then you're looking at OB6, you have mid 1000% damage, and then mid to high on the cast there. And then OB10 is the same. So the real reason why this weapon was amazing when it first released is because it was the only way Tifa could get haste outside of Flower Vase at the time. Now that's different with her getting the premium heart. The premium heart allowed her to now be able to cast her own haste 3 times on herself through a battle. So it kind of made the Bahamut Fangs obsolete in that sense. The other thing that was good about the Bahamut Fangs was that it did give magic attack to all allies. Which back then we didn't have many people that could do magic attack to all allies. But since then we've gotten Aerith's New Year banner weapon, the Crimson Staff, we've gotten the Suchion cannon for Barret. We got multiple ways. I think even Matt's Luminary Sword can boost magic attack to all allies. But where this weapon still outshines any of those weapons would be with the fact that it has the R ability boost magic attack all allies, which is a good way to boost the magic attack stat of your team. So even if you don't use this weapon as a main hand on Tifa, it is still a great sub weapon for any magic DPS team, especially since it does have boost magic ability potency, 39 points. Okay. Like I said before, well, let's go ahead and look at Tifa's outfit. Her outfit, same as Cloud on the first R ability, boost attack all allies. And then her second ability is called Bahamut's Whisper. It boosts her magic attack by 10%. So it'll increase her magic attack stat by 10%. And then it does attack stance command gauge max. Magic ability damage 10%. So when the command gauge diamond is full, it does an additional 10% of damage with magic abilities, which is a good pseudo for if you do not have her arcanums for those. But then also you gotta take into account she did just get that New Year's outfit that just so happens to be able to give her 30% damage boost on all elements. So this outfit would really only be good now when she's doing non-elemental magic damage, but still an overall good outfit if you didn't pull for her New Year's outfit. So with that being said, I'm not gonna draw out the review on these two weapons a lot, because I have plenty of videos on my channel referencing them from back when they released. I have plenty of videos using these weapons to clear different content. And if you would like, you could always go and check those videos out. They're from about around September of this year. I'll probably be making posts throughout the week of different different videos that I've posted throughout the time using these weapons, so that way you can get a good idea of how well they were from back then. So let's take a look at the stamp card. The stamp card, okay, so you got a regular copy. We got a copy of the weapon in stamp 6. We have a voucher in stamp 12 because there's 2 outfits we can pick. Then we have 2 weapon copies in stamp 4 and 8. Then we have a stamp 12 voucher, and then nothing. EX pages. Ew. Okay. So stamp card leaves a lot to be desired. Let's look at the detail and odds right quick. Let's see how we're looking. They're both 1.5, so that means you have a good chance of pulling both of these weapons. My thoughts on this is, if you either want to finish the weapons, or you don't have them, they are a good investment. But I will caution this with, I'm looking at that end date up there. It ends on March the 12th. I will caution this with, I think we're about to get half anniversary. Well, 1 year and a half anniversary. And 9 times out of 10, we're probably about to get something that even power creeps these weapons a little bit. Because, oddly enough, the half anniversary was when we were introduced to the ideal of limit break weapons. Speaking of limit break, limited weapons in general. So that means now we have currently 3 banners up with limited weapons, 2 of which can be used. This one also, you can wish list the weapons from January that I just named in the Yuffie portion of the video. So that makes it good. Also, this banner you can pull for the missing score, so that also is a plus. But generically, this banner is useful for those who need these weapons still. Whereas Yuffie's weapon is kind of niche. If you need a water DPS, physical water DPS, she is now the strongest physical water DPS. But now that makes us have 3 limited water DPS. So I really don't know if it's 100% worth, but I like it because it does bring weakness exploit to another character. With that being said, I'll save my pulls for another day. I'll give it some more thought if I'm going to do my pull, and that'll do it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel for more Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis content, and I'll catch you in the next one. Later.